Good morning, everyone. It was raining outside. It's still a little bit raining, so I got to do this inside, which is fine. Had a great day yesterday. Ended up getting a lot of stuff done in the garage so we can move the cat's stuff out there. Baby proofing. That's what I'm here for this weekend. And there is this little hole in the wall that they had to do some reconstruction with the dryer. The dryer vent in his house is so badly designed, or was so badly designed, that if one's not aware of that, and after the use of the people that were here before, it had clogged up. And as I say, it's a weird one on how to. Anyway, so they fixed that, and in the meantime, though, because they was okay, well, that's going to take some time to do that, and that wasn't the time then. So they fixed the hole out into the garage for the dryer vent. Yeah, no, right. And but that's all took care of now. But there's this hole now, and I said, hey, that's like a cat door. That would work. Then the cats could still be going all around the house, this and that, when they want to be part of the family. But we could move all the litter boxes and their food and their cat tree and all that out there, so that that wouldn't be around the little one once she starts crawling and walking. And yes, okay. So because one of the big concerns for my daughter was the cat litter, that when they get out of the cat litter boxes they drag a little bit along. So now in the garage, it's a long enough way that they would have clean paws when they come in the house. So we fixed all that up. Then they went for dinner somewhere, which I didn't want to go. And I finished it up, and I got all the cats out there, right, to feed. Yeah. And then I closed the door to see if they could get back through that hole. And I thought, man, that's a small hole, especially for Bagel is one of the cats' names, and he's a bit on the fat side. I thought, there's no way that Bagel can fit through that hole. I can't, or maybe he'll get stuck. Now, that would be bad. Anyway, so Elliot, the littlest one, the girl, the other two are boys, she's very slim and small, and she figured that out in a second. That, oh, look, there's a door. I don't have to stay in here if I don't want to. After she was done eating. And, of course, I made sure they all stayed in there long enough to know where the litter boxes are. These are very, very clean cats, I have to say. Considering that there are three living together, right? Sometimes they compete for where where to put their stink and pee, right? Rather than in a litter box. But these cats are not like that. And then the other two stayed in there for the longest time in the garage. It was in the garage, and I thought, man, I don't think they can fit through there. Not even Pollo. Pollo is the other one. So they come back. The family comes back, and I said, look, I fixed it all up now. And my daughter loved it. She says, that's great. I said, but I think that hole's too small for at least Bagel to get through. And then he's like, my granddaughter immediately, she said, oh my gosh, she said, there are, cats have died getting stuck somewhere like this. Oh, well, we'll have to keep an eye on it. Otherwise, we'll have to just, nope, got to have a proper cat door in the door. Anyway. So here I am. I'm in. They're going up doing their thing, whatever. And here I'm still in the kitchen, and here suddenly is Pollo, the white one. I'm going, oh, did I leave the garage door open? No, no. And here's Bagel. So they all fit through it just fine. Yes, and that was a good thing. Anyway, uh, then this morning I woke up and I'm going, oh, yesterday my granddaughter comes, the oldest one, and she says, Rosie, my throat hurts a little. I'm gonna, huh? So, one of my grandson's friend comes a few days ago with a sniffly nose. You can tell he's the way he's talking. He's got it stuffed up. And I said, "Oh my gosh, you got a cold." No, no, he doesn't have a cold. He has allergies. So he had already gotten allergy medicine. I was left with more if he needs it. And I'm going, that's not an allergy. I said, a cold. Sure enough, at lunch, he didn't feel like eating a whole lot. He says, I have a sore throat, Rosie. I'm going, uh-huh. Yeah, allergies, my butt. Yeah, that's a cold he has. And yesterday, my granddaughter comes and she says, Rosie, you have a sore throat. I said, yeah, you got a cold. I think I have allergies. Yeah, sure. This morning, I wake up with a little bit of a sore throat, and my nose is, yeah, I I can tell it's a starting. Yeah, I have allergies too. Okay. I've been hearing this now for several years, so many times. I see someone says, "Oh, you got a cold." No, no, I just have allergies. What are you people stupid out there? I'm not kidding. So everything, I'm including the animals. Anytime, I just went through that with my dog at the farm, where he has a little something going on his neck, but it's not red. It's not just a little bumps. I'm going, yeah, it's something he got into. Now it's already healing up. So, yeah. And and immediately, right, the dog groomer says, "Oh, he may have allergies." What the heck? Every dog I seem to be that I'm coming around has allergies. They're on $70 bags of food and medicine and I don't know what and blah blah. And I mean, it's insane. What, have we all become allergic to our environment or something? Well, anyway, I guarantee you that 9 out of 10 people doesn't have allergies, and 9 out of 10 animals that are prescribed allergy medicine also don't have allergies. There's another sword or another cause for it. Okay, I mean, I'm looking at on here. I'm saying, no, he's got a cold. No, it's not a cold. It's allergies. Yeah. Like, how long have I lived? I think I know the symptoms of a cold. I think I also know when I see a child or an adult that I'm going to say, yeah, you are allergic to this because of a sudden. Okay, I'm just saying. And it's amazing to me on how now these children are already growing up. Yes, to anything that happens that they've come in contact with, or as I said, now okay, we got a cold bug, a virus, uh, everything's allergies. Well, then it's going to be treated the wrong way, and then you're going to develop allergies. I told the story about my daughter that when she was in her teens, she was spending the night somewhere else. She got stung by a bee. Her foot swelled up pretty good. Okay, it's a normal reaction to for some people. I don't really swell up much. And they gave her Benadryl. That was something I did not give to my children at all because Benadryl shuts something down in your system. You take it one time, you're going to have to take it every time after that. Your body will not respond properly anymore, for example, to a bee sting. And sure enough, after that, my daughter now, she has to be very careful that a bee sting, a wasp sting, spider, whatever, doesn't get infected. It doesn't, whatever. Right? Yes? Yeah. Anyway, so I would have known she would have been home if I would have gotten a call. She got stung. What do we do? I think it is wrong to just give a child medicine when the parents have not approved it. I don't even do that with my grandchildren. I ask the parent first. That's the proper thing to do. I could have said, you know what, I'm going to come get her and I'm going to treat that foot properly. Right? Yes. Soak. And then, of course, I have that comfrey tincture that I make. and put on, and that sucks out the poison. It's an amazing herb. It's an amazing herb, and it really works for many different things, including staph infections, if they haven't gone too far. Well, anyway, so here's my story. Yeah. Now, so it was the friend of my grandson's that I also take care of. My oldest granddaughter and me are all having the same symptoms. Yes, of course, they're all allergies, aren't they? It's not just a common cold. And now, of course, because, yeah, oh, it's just, I said, even my daughter with the baby, I said, I think he has a cold. We should be a little careful. Oh, no, he probably ain't, but they say it's allergies. Oh, it's probably allergies, right? Yes? Yeah. The baby been exposed now for 2 or 3 days with us possibly already carrying the virus. I'm just saying. Yes, you shoot yourself in the foot when you're just going, okay, I say, what people don't know anymore, what a common cold is, or when you have a tummy ache, that most likely that's not allergies, or probably eating something what? No, it's got a bug, right? That's another bug. I'm just saying, right? Yes? Okay. Anywho, I'm hoping that with I've been, because it's 4 children, and we go out, we're around other children as well. I'm hoping that having been given them the vitamin C and the zinc and the kind of on a regular basis, right? And good food has strengthened their immune system well enough. Of course, mine I know is good. And hopefully I won't get that. Okay, I'm already coughing that other cough. We'll see. Do we get over it fast enough and not drag it out, right? Yes? Okay. But it's definitely a cold and not allergies. My golly. Jeez. What is that? So you don't have to slow down. See, now, the other thing, too, I feel uh, because the boy was told that he had, no, it was allergies, right? He wasn't eating like he used to eat, right? Yes? And that should have been a big thing. Well, as I said, I'm just going with, hey, I'm just taking care of him. But now, and we kept on going. Yet what he needed was a couple of days of rest, and just this that, and I have to say, again, is it because he was told also that no, it's just allergies and a pill will take care of that? He was not feeling well for at least 2 or 3 days, and I would have taken it much easier with him, this and that, or stopped him from being so much involved in everything, and had him have a little downtime. And yes, I think back now, and all the signs were there to say, no, he's not feeling well. He should be just laying on the couch, wrapped up, watching some TV, right? Okay, just say, right? Or reading some books or something, which when you're not feeling well, you don't want to read books. TV comes in handy for that when you're not feeling well. And taking a nap, an extra nap or something, right? Yes? Yeah. Just don't get that people don't want to slow down, take care of a child when it's sick properly. That's sad. It's just sad to me. So don't give me that allergy baloney anymore. I'm sick and tired of it. All right. Had my say. Right? Of course, I want to go and say, told you so. Right? But I'm not going to do that because I already know what's next. Right? Now, oh, the baby. Oh, you did this. And I said, well, I was careful. I made sure my hands were always washed before I had her. That I didn't get too close to her face. This, that, yes. But, okay. There's the aftermath. And guess what? Yeah, I'm just saying. People are so weird. Anywho. So, We are in the book of Esther. It's funny, I thought about that whole thing, and then what we read yesterday in the book of Esther, and I'm going, same silliness in a way. It's just the same silliness. People just losing it. All right, Danielle, you can't help it. All you can do is watch and go, oh, okay, have it your way. All right, we're in that. These are really long reads here. I just noticed every one of them is a super chapter. How many do we have in Esther? Oh, it's not that many, only 10. It seems like the book of Esther has to do with the one thing, and we already kind of had that in the overhead, is about Purim. How Purim was established. That's kind of what I'm getting here. But anywho, let's just go with the story. Super chapter 2, Mordecai and Esther. Esther becomes queen. Oh. The replacement is at hand. Oh, I'm sure there were plenty of beautiful women there. 2. Sometime after this, when the king's wrath had subsided, my gosh, it's going to be a laughable thing again here. Ahasuerus remembered Vashti, how she had behaved, and the measures taken against her. The king's gentleman in waiting said, a search should be made on the king's behalf for beautiful young virgins, and the king appoint commissioners throughout the provinces of his realm to bring all these beautiful young virgins to the citadel of Susa. Oh, I remember I went in to see if Esther was any better, and that's the first thing that I read. All right, which I didn't tell you what I read, but yeah. To the harem under the authority of Haggai, the king's eunuch, custodian of the women. Here he will give them whatever they need for enhancing their beauty, and the girl who pleases the king can take Vashti's place as queen. This advice pleased the king, and he acted on it. I bet I pleased him. Yeah? Well, let me try out this virgin. No. Let me try out that. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ugh. This reads like a porn thing or something. Not that I would know what that is, but I guess that's the kind of stuff that would be in there. Gives you all kinds of pictures and ideas. You see, in your mind, right? Yes? Yeah. Where, to me now, reading this and thinking, okay, if that were, okay, suppose it's just a story anyway. When I'm thinking on how that went, it grosses me out. Gives me the creeps. Nasty men. These are nasty men. This was a nasty king. Nasty men, nasty kings, okay? Doing what? To young women. Oh, older women. Huh? Just saying. Yuck. This advice pleased the king, and he acted on it. Of course he pleased him. Nasty creep. Now in the citadel of Susa there lived a Jew called Mordecai, son of Jair, son of Shimei, son of Kish, of the tribe of Benjamin, who had been deported from Jerusalem among the captives taken away with Jeconiah, king of Judah, by Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and was now bringing up a certain Hadassah, otherwise called Esther. Good morning, my daughter. His uncle's daughter who had lost both father and mother. The girl had a good figure and a beautiful face, and on the death of her parents, Mordecai had adopted her as his daughter. I'm hearing something out there. I don't think it's her. Must have been one of the dogs coming to the door. Oh, so it wasn't Mordecai's daughter. he took her in after her parents died. On the promulgation of the royal command and edict, a great number of girls were brought to the citadel of Susa, where they were entrusted to Haggai. Esther, too, was taken to the king's palace and entrusted to Haggai, the custodian of the women. The girl pleased him and won his favor. Not only did he quickly provide her with all she needed for her dressing room and her meals, but he gave her 7 special maids from the king's household and transferred her and her maids to the best part of the harem. Esther had not divulged her race or parentage, since Mordecai had forbidden her to do so. Mordecai walked up and down in front of the courtyard of the harem all day and every day to learn how Esther was and how she was being treated. I wonder, so were these girls just given and happy? Oh my God, one of my daughters, one of these girls from the parents, whoever, the family, could become the queen. Why, don't they know what happened to Vashti? I'm just saying. So here, but we're being told, oh, Mordecai walked up and down, to learn, of what, why was he doing that? To find out if he's going to be elevated himself in the status of whatever, because now his adopted daughter becomes queen, or did he really, truly, was he concerned, right, about the girl? I don't know. Difficult to know unless you are the person, what's truly going through their mind. Each girl had to appear in turn before. Oh yeah, so were they forced? Were these girls forced? Did they want to go? Right? Were they forced? They had to. Did did Mordecai have to hand her over after the Haggai dude, saw? Oh, she's really, really beautiful. That would do. That would do. Right? I don't know. Each girl had to appear in turn before King Ahasuerus after a delay of 12 months fixed by the regulations for the women. This preparatory period was occupied as follows: 6 months with oil of myrrh and 6 months with spices and lotions commonly used for feminine beauty treatment. Oh my God. When each girl went to the king, she was given whatever she wanted to take with her, since she then moved from the harem into the royal household. She went there in the evening, and the following morning returned to another harem entrusted to the care of Shashgas, the king's officer, custodian of the concubines. Ah, did you just hear that? I'm not wrong, am I? What did I say beforehand? She went there in the evening, and the following morning returned to another harem after they saw the king. What do you think he did with them? Talk all night? Oh my gosh. Blech. All right, Daniela, cool down. Oh, come on. What a creep. And that's a king? And after that night, they were what? Automatically concubines. Oh, guess not virgins anymore. All right, gotcha. She did not go to the king any more unless he was particularly pleased with her and had her summoned by name. Well, there you go. No marriage going on. No, this is just, okay, you're ready now, let's go, and then automatically they become whatever. Okay, now the king had you, now you're a concubine. A lower form of what exactly? Yes, in a case like this. But when it was the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, whose nephew Mordecai had adopted her as his own daughter, to go into the king's presence, she did not ask for anything beyond what had been assigned her by Haggai, the king's officer, custodian of the women. Esther won the approval of all who saw her. She was brought to King Ahasuerus in his royal apartments in the 10th month, which is called Tebet, in the 7th year of his reign, and the king liked Esther better than any of the other women. None of the other girls found so much favor and approval with him. Oh, pooty-hoo. So he set the royal diadem on her head and proclaimed her queen instead of Vashti. The king then gave a great banquet, Esther's banquet, for all his officers of state and ministers, decreed a holiday for all the provinces, and distributed largesse with royal prodigality. Oh, to get the approval. So, yeah, okay. You know what? I'm not even going to go there. Blech. What a nasty story. Okay. And you know what? Whatever. It's just, ugh. Ugh. Oh, that's not an Israelite, regardless. What are they doing? And what did many of the kings of Israel do? Same thing. So that was all adapted from where exactly and whom? Not God's, right? Yeah, so you hear anything about God out of here? No. Well, but that's because they were not. Well, I thought that the Persian kings, okay, that one, I guess. Oh, my nose. That was the only one. So Xerxes and, okay, I don't even want to say that name anymore. And Axis came before that other one. So that was, I can't remember his name right now. But anyway, who then acknowledged God, right? The God of the Israelites. But obviously these guys did not. You can't hear anything out of, there's nothing there about God, right? Which in a way I like because, okay, that's just all man-made. But all this man-made stuff made it to where? To the Israelite kings. They did exactly the same thing as is happening here. Especially when it came to the women, which is an absolute no-no. Just saying. Bah. Okay. Oh, that is the end of 2. Oh, no. Well, we have a little more to go before 3. Mordecai and Haman. When Esther, like the other girls, had been transferred to the second harem, she did not divulge her parentage or race, in obedience to the orders of Mordecai. It's probably a good thing that she would have not made it. Whose instructions she continued to follow as when she had been under his care. At this time, Mordecai was attached by the chancellery and 2 malcontents, Bigtan and Teresh, officers in the king's service as guards of the threshold, plotted to assassinate King Ahasuerus. Mordecai came to hear of this and informed Queen Esther, who in turn, on Mordecai's authority, told the king. The matter was investigated and proved to be true. The 2 conspirators were sent to the gallows, and the incident was recorded in the annals in the royal presence. Different annals, I guess. Same ones. Oh, interesting. I'm assuming this is what we read to begin with, and this is a repetition of that. All right. So that is it. On 2. Okay. I guess it would be interesting to, okay, you saw my reaction. Oh, but, what if I would lived at that time and, be beautiful. Look at my beautiful hairs. Okay, I have a few wrinkles now. Just imagine no wrinkles. And I could have, as a girl, that probably was the highest aspiration, to become queen and a part of all of that. Maybe. Oh my nose. So the women at the time might have been absolutely fine with all of that. And when I don't know how many hundreds of girls, thousands of girls, that were sent to the palace, to that first part of the harem, until they were laid in the bed of the king, one after another, and then they didn't make it. I don't know how was their life like. Yes, I have no idea. I don't know. I wasn't there. My feeling is not that great. Yes, now you're somewhere where you will, most likely never be a part of a conjugal relationship with a man and a woman, a couple, husband and wife, and you will never have children. Which might have been a blessing at that time. I don't know. Sounds like a pretty harsh time for women at that time. So maybe it was better not to, right? Now, I don't know. Just say. But if the women really were the wives, the mothers, and then raising their daughters, if the women at that time truly were so subservient to the men, and yes, I know I'm just a toy, yeah, for you, for your pleasures, yeah, this and that, right? And accept that. No, yeah, yeah. And then some of us make it to the elevated status of queen. If Esther messes up, maybe another one of us will, or one of our daughters will. Yeah, okay, just saying. Maybe, but then the laws, right, after Queen Vashti kind of said, not doing that. Kind of tells us a little bit about that. Obviously, the women weren't so feather brained or non brained or just, I don't know, as I said, just like an animal that runs on instinct. Just saying. Right? Obviously, the women also had feelings, intelligence, cared, loved their daughters. Yes? Okay, just saying. And the men made sure that, oh, no, 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 no. Let's not get that started. The men are the ones. Right? Yes? It's a bit sad. When you read all this, it's a bit sad. Yes? Hmm. And again, where is it happening? Is it happening? Is this happening in a household of just a commoner? Even the ones that the Persians and whoever else was under the Persians' rules, there'd be kind of are there records out there? How did the Persians live as commoners? Did they have just one man, one woman, and children together, raised them and supported each other, and the man kind of brought in the food, or they worked together and all that, and or were well, just asking. All this nasty crap when it comes to a conjugal relationship between men and women is going on where exactly? Hmm? We're in a time of restoring, right? Yes? Yeah. And when I see what goes on in the realm of love out there today, with what more and more becomes acceptable as, well, you don't have to hide it anymore. You don't have to, it's fine. It's we know the needs of the people, men and women for that matter now, and it's fine. It's just, gosh, I mean, okay, just when it comes to the realm of love and restoration, obviously, when you think of how many people are under the umbrella of God out there through many different ways of believing, yes, then what we're dealing with now, when it comes to these discrepancies of thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not take the wife of another man, or something, yes, all that stuff, just in that realm, it's horrendous out there in the world, just horrendous. The abuse, sexual abuse of children it is, and out in the open is absolutely horrific. It's horrific. Then you add on drugs, where then suddenly, in order to be able to acquire what you're now addicted to, you're doing things, people doing things, especially women, that it's it just goes from bad to worse. And the ones, again, that make that possible are men. If men didn't want it, it wouldn't exist. Yes? So, I have said often, where Eve is restoring. Eve from the Garden of Eden is restoring through true mother. But the men still have a long way to go as well. Jesus didn't just take care of that, and neither did true Father. Every man is for himself there. Every man has to stay strong on his feet when it comes to the sexual realm and not repeat the past, to move forward and be either a great example to the nephews he has, if one doesn't have one's own family, or the sons he has. He has to do that. This isn't, oh, you have a choice. That's not a choice. If one wants to, in a family, if a man truly wants to be the head of a household, then you have to be the absolute perfect example to your sons. That is required now. No slip-ups. No this or that. You have to be the absolute example, best example to your sons if you want them to do well, if you want them to be happy, and not use you as an excuse to mistreat women and their own daughters, or any woman for that matter. You get my drift? All right. Yeah. Yep, it's a cold, not an allergy. That's it. That's all I have to say this morning. My daughter hollered out, "Good morning, Mom." I love that. Isn't it wonderful? Just last night, too, they went to my other daughters, and I didn't want to go. I was tired after all the work in the garage, and I just wanted to relax. So I didn't go for the fish taco dinner. And so I was sent, they brought me some back. And it was good. It was very good, I have to say. And the next thing, I hear my daughter here says, "Mom, so how were the fish tacos?" I said, "They were very good. I really liked them. Thank you for bringing them." So, "Oh, Sissy just texted me. She wanted to know how you liked them." So sweet, right? Yes. My son called yesterday, and I said, "Hey, Mom, how are you?" He said, "Good, good." I said, "Well, so what are you doing?" I told him a little. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, no. I said, "Okay, so why are you calling? What is it? What do you need? Or what's going on?" And he says, "Oh, no, I just wanted to talk to you. I haven't talked to you in a while, so just wanted to know how things were going." Right? Yes? I've said this now often enough, also being around my grandchildren. All right, so let's back up a little. True parents taught, the divine principle teaches that a 3-generation household is the ideal. Grandparents, parents, children. And it is something that society, and in all, don't give me the, oh, for example, in Asia, they take good care of their elderly. That's not true. In Asia, in many places in Asia, elderly people kill themselves, commit suicide to not be a burden to their kids or grandkids. Yeah, so I don't want to hear that again. I know other places in the world, it isn't much better. Certain things are just all the same. And it's a collective sin all over the world. Putting your parents, grandparents in a nursing home. Shame on you. I don't care who you are, what your job is, this and that. You do that, shame on you. All right. Are there excuses? Are there certain cases where, okay, well, but that's just it? Sure. But I'll give you the little finger on that one and say, yes, there are some cases where it would be, then you'll take my whole hand. Right? Yes? I found that when we have lost that, yes, there are still some who, for example, like here now, that is happening. But it's a very small percentage where the parents, the grandparents, the parents of the children are all living together, or at least close enough. Where you see each other every day. Holler from, hey, good morning, Mom. Yeah, hi, honey. Good morning, daughter. Yes? Just saying. I found doing that, having, okay, all right, I'm going to do that. This is what needs to be done. I'm going to do that. And I'll be able to fulfill the ideal. Again, the ideal that God designed us to live together as mankind. Man and woman, parents, children, grandchildren, family. The ideal family. If that can be had. Yes, I know. Some people die earlier than others. Got that. That's why you have 2 sets of grandparents. It's more common so now that the kids have 2 sets of parents. Oh, what? How's that all backwards? I'm just saying. Then you gotta make the best out of that, right? Yeah. Gotcha. But since I've been doing this is not, it's been just an amazing, it's like fusing together the family in a way that has been so beneficial, so incredibly how do I say? It's something you have to experience yourself in order to realize, oh my gosh, why did I not, right from the beginning, make sure that I prepared for all that eventually? Because we're not taught like that anymore out there. That's not what you do. You're just about looked at as crazy if you got your mother or your father or both of them living with you. Isn't that true? Who the heck would want that? You don't want it because you've never experienced how that actually is and how beautiful that can be. All right. To finish up just real quick, right? And on how supporting. It's just like the support system, the foundation is right then in a family. And the support system is incredible. One can overcome together when there are conflicts coming up. Hi, sweetie.
Hi, Mama. You busy?
I'm almost done. Just give me 60 seconds. Well, here's my, come on, that's great. So I saw this one little clip where here's the old grandma, and it looks like it wasn't the son, it was the grandson, and they had built a house. And she's like 80 years old already. And they go, and the house is to be built, and He says, look, she didn't know. It's a surprise. That's going to be, you see that window right there? That's going to be your room. That's going to be your home. You mean I'm going to be living with you in your home? Yes. And she starts crying, right? Said, yeah, we're doing this so that you can be a part of our family now. Oh my gosh. I mean, designed a whole little area there of the house just for her. Not just one room. It's a whole little suite. and and she was just overcome by, oh my gosh. And he asks, how do you feel about that? She says, I feel like I'm still needed. I feel like that is, and she just started crying. I started crying. And then there's another video of when they move in. And they just, oh my gosh, it's just, and they knew her well enough, whatever the circumstances were and where she was at, this and that, they knew what she loved. And one of them was cards, sending cards to people. Right? So they had her all set up, and she was just, I mean, the joy of both. As I said, I don't think it was the son, it's the grandson and his wife and family. The joy that they exhibited, bringing her home, and her joy of being home. It's beautiful, just beautiful to see. I'd like to see videos like that go viral. That's the kind of stuff I'd like to see go viral, to remind us again on what it is, what it means, what it is to be a proper human being, rather than this king who does what? Oh, that queen. Oh, wait a minute. What? What did you do? And then does what? Absolutely gross. Anyway, that's it. Got to go. Oh, I hear the baby. I'm gonna go and tell her I have a cold. May God bless and protect you. Brace you with love. Our Heavenly Parent, bless and protect you. Brace you with love. And I will talk to you all tomorrow.